welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay. If we have not met already, it is nice to meet you. I would shake your hand, but I cannot, so I will just stare at you. Make yourself comfy for something that is going to fill you up with Glee. In this week's video, I rewatched the pilot from Glee, which originally aired like 10 years ago. I have not seen it since then. This probably would be more appropriate for like the recent 10-year anniversary, but that is just not how I roll. I wanted to see if there was anything that popped up now watching it as a 25-year-old woman instead of 14, 15-year-old me. It turns out there were many things, like how I still want to get a slushie to the face. I have a very high pain tolerance. I still want it. I want it so bad. I need it. But before I go any further, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I make a brand new video. Let's jump in. By the way, wearing my office shirt that I love a lot, has lots of quotes, references, all that good stuff. I just thought I'd show that off because it makes me very happy. So maybe the first thing that I noticed was that when I was younger, I wanted to be like Rachel Berry. Now, as a 25-year-old, I want to be like Sue Sylvester so much. Sue, my girl, my homie, she has had it. She throws insults at Mr. Shu like just about as frequently as Oprah gives out cars. And I admire her for that. I am in my 20s still, which means that every waking moment feels like the end of the world. To have the confidence that Sue Sylvester has to just be able to throw insults at whoever and whenever she wants. To have the confidence of Sue Sylvester is something that I aspire to have all the time. Do I have some awful, soul-shattering things that I could say to a person? Yes. Do I ever say them out loud? No! See, when I was a kid, I wanted to be like Rachel Berry because she was like super talented and motivated and like dedicated to her craft. And you could probably say the same thing about Sue Sylvester, but she doesn't care about anyone's opinions at any given time whatsoever. And maybe it's because, you know, I've seen some things in my 25 years of living on this earth, and I wish I could say all those things out loud. I wish so much. If I had the genie, Will Smith, that's my first wish. Oh, Rachel, you can belt on my own in a pitch-perfect voice? Well, how about this? Can you tell this to Mr. Shu?
And wow, I just lost my train of thought. You have so much margarine in your hair.
Oh, no. No, you can't. You can option up on my own. Good for you. Good job. Okay, another thing that I just have to talk about super fast is like the moment when in the pilot where like the former Glee Club teacher, like as playing Where's Love from Oliver on the piano, he like reaches his hand over and like slowly like grazes like the stomach of the student that he's working with. Now I forgot this part happened, and as this was happening I was eating a Rice Krispie treat because I still have somewhat of a metabolism. I know it's very hard to guess, but that part came up and I immediately lost my appetite. As a fat kid, that is a lot. It's like if you told me that this Rice Krispie treat that I was eating was vegan. Like that. Also, I really wanted to point out the way that Rachel Berry is like walking to the principal's office to like tell on this teacher. Like that's how you walk when you're at brunch and you've had too many Bloody Marys and you're like really trying hard to not take a piss on the ground. Okay, also moving on, I also realized just like how out of date the pilot is. I like know that like, you know, pilots, you know, TV shows, they can just become very out of date very quickly. However, Glee is a very different case. This pilot was filmed fall 2008 and they made 3 MySpace references. 3! In fall 2008, I thought MySpace was dead. Facebook like just became cool. They even referenced MySpace as the way that Rachel Berry like uploaded all of her like singing videos. YouTube existed. YouTube was very much a thing in 2008/2009. No one went to MySpace to go look for the next Barbra Streisand. Another thing I did not realize until now is that Quinn insulted Rachel Berry by calling her RuPaul, like this RuPaul. Quinn. Did you really think that was an insult? And listen, by now, we all know that Quinn would be the straight girl at like a drag queen show who's just going like, yes, mama, you better work. And her Instagram bio was something like, positive vibes. Even though she just slipped to the DMs of like some girl and is like, if you ever look at my husband again, I will throw you off a cliff. Have a blessed day. I know I've been jumping around a lot in this video about this episode, but just like go with me here. Everything's fine, everything's good. Also, I don't know if this is like meant to be like a joke, but like I noticed also in the episode where like the former Glee Club teacher, when he's talking about his long distance girlfriend, he says that she lives in Cleveland. The show takes place in Lima, and I am not what we would call geographically savvy, but I assumed Ohio was a smaller state, so I assumed that was just like a throwaway joke that like no one got. So I get on the old Google Maps, and then I realize that Cleveland is 2.5 hours away from Lima, which is, if you live in LA, that's basically like the driving distance between like Disneyland and San Diego. Also, I am from LA, where anything over like 15 miles is considered a long distance relationship, so I should not be the one to judge. Also, the last thing I'm gonna harp on for like just a second is the moment where Terry told Will that she was pregnant, and this before we all found out that she faked it. Spoiler, actually no, not a spoiler, you've had 10 years, just get over it. But before we found out she faked it, my 14-year-old / 15-year-old self, thought it was real. However, after watching this scene, I figured out that both Mr. Shu and 15-year-old me were idiots. I have gone through sex ed at this point, and you would know by that time that like you can't drink alcohol when you're pregnant. Terry had 2 glasses of champagne / wine / something else. I don't know my alcohol at all, but she had 2 glasses of alcohol, and Mr. Shu did not think twice when Terry told him that she's pregnant. He didn't even think once, not even once. Maybe he thought those glasses were like seltzer or like that like cranberry flavored non-alcoholic champagne thing. I forgot what they're called. Martinelli's. Are they called Martinelli's? They're called Martinelli's, right? Yes? Yeah. But it's not explicitly stated, so we're just gonna assume that that beverage in those glasses were alcohol. Bottom line, Schuster is dumb. He didn't even see an ultrasound, and he assumed his wife could drink alcohol while pregnant. Period. That's where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite like musical number from Glee in its entire run? Any song, you name it, go for it. Be sure to like this video and share with all of your Glee loving friends. Make sure to subscribe to me and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I make a brand new video. Be sure to get your tickets to see me at VidCon in a couple weeks. I'm very excited. I'm so excited to speak on the Less Than Famous panel. If you haven't already gotten your tickets, you can get them down below. I'm here every Wednesday. You can find me on my social media down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye!